Good afternoon, everybody. I'm out here with all my keeper antlers. I'm actually moving them from the room they were in into another area of the house just because I have so many, as you can see, and then that's not even counting the moose. I've got like 50 moose antlers. I've had a number of you guys ask, hey, can you do a video of some of your best finds, some of your best antlers? So while I'm moving these, I thought that would be an awesome opportunity to pull a few out that maybe some of you guys haven't seen, or to bring back some memories of some of my past shed hunts if you've watched those videos. So I'll bring them out and then I'll link little cards in this video along the way, and you can go to some of those videos and rewatch them if you haven't already. I do want to say, I've just kind of mentioned it in a few of my videos. If you go to chagoutdoors.com, you can go and buy some of my merchandise. I have hats, hoodies, beanies, shirts, long sleeves, t-shirts, all of that, and I'll have more coming out as I go. If you want to support me and you like what I do, you like my posts, go ahead and grab yourself something on the website. I appreciate everything in advance. But other than that, let's get to it. Pick out some big old sheds. Looking at the pile with the wide lens, you can see I have a huge variety of different styles. I've got giant singles, very dark antlers. Looking in the back, giant thirds bowls, match sets, non-typicals, multiple years off of the same bulls. These guys actually were in my latest 2 videos. If you guys remember watching those, the big 6-point. This was the recent year, this was last year, and then the year before. Then of course we have the entanglement bull, 7x7 with the rope, and then his sheds from last year. So we got a variety. All right, so no better way to start it off than with this guy. This is the biggest shed that I have, and what's cool about it is my dad and I both found it. We were walking the same trail together, so we were there to both pick it up at the same time. But this is a 180-inch single, so that's a 400 class bull with his spread, and if we had the other side, we couldn't find the other side. This was probably 5-6 years ago we found this. Backpacked in on a shed hunt. I'll link the video here. The mass is unreal right here on the base, and then back here you could just see it's just a giant glob of bone. So yeah, that's a big 6-point, by far our biggest shed. I think this was like 15 plus pounds. This guy here is a beautiful set, just a clean 6, dropping beams in the back. I glassed up one side and then went over, and not far away was the other side. This was back, man, like my first or second year shed hunting. I do have the video of this one, back when I was just a young little guy. Love this set, mid 350s class bull. All right, so next up is this beautiful bull. Unfortunately, he's broken on his left side, but he's about a 360 class bull. Found him, maybe 4 years ago, if I remember right. I found this left side the night before we were gonna leave to go back home. So then we went back in the next morning because we had to match it up. This was the biggest shed I've ever found, and some guys were already in there just pulling up on their 4-wheelers as we got there. So we told them about the story, and they said they'd help me find it. And long story short, they found it before I did. It was just a little bit further than I'd walked the night before. So I bought it off of them. They didn't give it to me. I had to buy it off of them, but we have the set together now, and it's an awesome bull. You can see there's some hair on this right one still attached. Pretty cool. Heavy, dark antlers, good tine length. All right, so that brings me to 78. Probably a lot of you guys, if you follow me, you've seen the video. It's my biggest set yet, 7x8. Found him last year, watched him for a long time, following him throughout the winter, and then that last week before he shed. This is a local bull on a unit that anybody can hunt every year. Just have to pay for the tag and you got it. So it has high hunting pressure, and not a lot of bulls have the chance to get this big up there. So to find these sheds was awesome. I have 2 years off of him now, and he's by far my favorite set. Just the story, the look, everything about him I love. So this is probably my favorite set that I have. Good old 78. What's funny is some of these bulls are just from over-the-counter units, which means you could buy the tag every year, as I was saying, and then some are from limited draw areas where hunters or people might wait, you know, 15 to 20 years before they can hunt that area. And it's interesting to watch the different antler growth in each unit. So like these over-the-counter bulls, they just don't have the age or the genetics or the ability to really grow mega big. Like this bull here, 360, that is a mega bull, giant fronts, giant thirds, good main beams. But then you come over to like these bulls here, the 7-point, and they just don't have the genes to get that big. You can see he's got like those short royals, and then you go over to those bulls and they've got really long royals. Those back end bulls are all limited entry bulls, and you can see they just have next level size on those royals. And then you got these guys and they're short. What's funny is, like, if they're good on their fronts, they're usually small on the back end. Then you got a bull like back here, which is beautiful royals, strong on the back end, and then he's got smaller fronts. So those over-the-counter bulls, they just don't quite have the genetics to blow up in all aspects, kind of like, say, that guy and some of the ones over on that end. So that's interesting. That's what was awesome about 78, is he had everything. He had great backs, extras, royals, mass, thirds, and fronts. It just doesn't happen too often. Another great example is this bull here. Giant fronts. I called him Loner. We have a few years off of him. My dad got that white set. I picked up this chalk off of him, and then we got this brown set off of him. But giant, beautiful fronts, a good, strong back end, but then his thirds and royals are just really weak. Definitely interesting. I kind of geek out over that stuff, just kind of analyzing antler growth, noticing similar characteristics in an area versus a different area. It's kind of fun to me. And now for this one. This one is nothing much. I mean, he's probably score-wise 270 inches, if that. But this is my first set of antlers ever, my first brown set of elk sheds. So me and my dad were walking through this thick oak brush in this kind of draw where they bedded a lot, and fallen elk sign. I walked onto one side and started gridding and found the other one right in there. That was before really we kind of even knew what we were doing. That was our first year shed hunting, and that area ended up producing quite a bit of antlers for us. But yeah, this is the set that started it off. I don't have a video of it. That was before I started filming my shed hunts. But this was the beginning set. I'm glad I've kept it. It's kind of cool. Just like a clean little 6-point. I still have a few trips planned throughout the year. We still have another month probably of shed hunting left, and then it's time to get into some more moose sheds. And I'll pull all those out for another video and show you guys all my moose pile. But for right now, this is the elk. Hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for your support. Again, chagoutdoors.com. You can get all my merchandise, and I appreciate everything in advance. Allows me to get out and do more of this stuff, which means making more videos for you guys. So anyways, that's all I got for you today. Have a good evening and good luck this spring shed hunting.